Hey there, it's Tina Forsyth here. So I want to talk today in our video about the 3 different strategies for you to create leveraged revenue streams. And what I mean by a leveraged revenue stream is taking what you know already, taking your background, your experience, your skill set, your knowledge, your talent, your gifts, right? And looking at how you can offer it differently, ultimately in a way that will ideally make you more money, help your business to continue to grow, and at the same time, not require you to work as much, or maybe not to work more than you are already, right? Because a common trap that many of us find ourselves in is we do what we do, and then we hit a ceiling of, okay, I can't do any more than I'm doing right now. I'm literally tapped out. You know, especially when you're working one-on-one with clients and people in various different ways. So I want to share with you the 3 strategies for creating different leverage revenue streams for you and your business. Strategy number 1 is to package it differently. Take what you're doing already and look at different ways to package it, right? This could be something like if you are a social media specialist and you've been working one-on-one with clients and doing stuff for clients that way. How can you take and package that? Create a package where you deliver specific things and it has a start and an end date. You can ultimately charge more when you package something. Just a hint, if you're doing the hourly thing, when you package it, you can generally charge more. If you're a coach and you're working one-on-one with clients, maybe you look at creating a coaching group. Maybe you look at creating a mastermind or a mentorship program of some kind to work with your clients, right? You might be looking at things like creating info products, books, workbooks, things like that you can offer and deliver. I'm going to talk about that more in our next video. In the next video I'm going to do for you guys about info products, because I always put a little caveat beside those. Beware of the info product. It may or may not be your next best step, right? But it does fall into this category here. It's how do you take what you know already and repackage it? Do it differently, offer it to people just in a different form. Strategy number 2 is taking it to a different market. So you might be working with online-based business owners right now. How do you take what you're doing with online-based business owners and start working with local-based businesses? You know, there's a world of people in your own backyard, and if you're like me and have worked virtually for many, many years, sometimes we forget that. You know, maybe you specialize in working with a certain type of client right now, and you want to try working with another industry or different type of client, right? So you can still take what you're doing already and maybe start to work with a different market. Maybe a market that would be more enjoyable for you to work with, could maybe pay you more, pay you higher rates and things like that can come into play here. You might also, what I did as an example in this area, having worked as an online business manager for many, many years, right? What I did a few years ago when I shifted my business model, I changed to a training model, right? Where instead of being an OBM for clients, I took that knowledge of being an online business manager and created our training and certification program for online business managers. So I was targeting a different group of people. I was targeting people who wanted to become OBMs by offering this certification and training program for them, right? So you can take what you know, strategy number 2, taking what you know, what you do already, and offering it to a different group of people is another thing you can look at doing. Strategy 3 is to clone yourself. If you offer a done-for-you service, if you're an implementer, if you work with people and get stuff done, so you might be a copywriter, a web designer, a graphic designer, you might be an editor, you might be an online business manager, a virtual assistant, a social media specialist, etc., etc. There's loads of you out there who do stuff, who are implementers, who get things done for your clients, right? And you will always, always, always be needed. Your services will always be needed. So the flip side of that is the only way for you to grow that type of business is to clone yourself. And what I mean by that is you start to add people to your team over time who can do what you do it in the way you want it done, do it at the level that you want it done, you know, to hold your standards and everything true for how you work with your clients. And you can have people basically become mini-me's, I guess is another way to look at it, right? You can build a team of people who do what you do. And then you can continue to work with more and more and more clients based on that, right? So strategy number 3 is to be able to clone yourself. So what I want to talk about in our next video is how to know what strategy is going to be the best for you. Because ultimately there's a choice here. And part of it is based on the type of business you want to build and such, and there's a few other things I'm going to want you to consider there. But ultimately I want you to, between now and then, you know, kind of mull on this a little bit. Which of these 3 strategies is really appealing to you based on where you are right now? What do you feel like might be your next step? And we'll connect soon in the next video. Until then, take care. It's Tina Forsyth here. Bye now.